Hello, welcome back to this Let's Play of Deathmark. In the last episode, we have defeated ℂ𝕁𝑒𝑒, and I showed both endings, both the what was called the normal ending, so the ending where Mashita doesn't make it. But I felt too guilty, so I really wanted to go and see the other ending, which is where Mashita does make it. So that is the ending. We've just come back to the mansion and we need to go to bed, I think. Are you retiring to bed? Rest. Good night. So that is the end of this. I mean, I could have added that in, like, the end of the last video, but you know, this is what we have now. Kind of the intermediate before the next chapter. It's been 3 days since ℂ𝕁𝑒𝑒's defeat. Mashita and Xiao have left, leaving only Christy and I at the mansion. We've not had any new mark bearers arrive, nor any new info on any spirits. Death's footsteps keep drawing closer, like a ticking clock. Good work, Lady Christie and Lord Yoshiki. Did you obtain any clues? No, nothing really. I'd hope, but... I see. Lady Saya's study seemed optimal to contain something of interest. Christy and I just finished investigating 𝒫𝓁𝓂𝓃𝓐𝑒's study. It had been full of mountains of specialized books and piles of reports. It was a daunting task, but we did our best to search through them regardless. Except it was all futile. Everything was about healing the spirit. Nothing mentioned the mark at all. Hey, Mr. Yoshiki? Don't you think it's useless to keep searching the mansion? You have any other ideas then? Well, remember what I said about ℏ𝕗Shrine? Yes, I forgot. What? You lost that memory? It's in the forest by ℏ Castle. I was thinking, maybe the shrine is connected to all this spirit stuff. That's what ℂ𝕁𝑒𝑒's note said, right? Everything happening in the forest is the divine wrath of ℏ𝕗Shrine. Then you think the mark and the spirit activity are because of the divine wrath? It's definitely a possibility. Disasters happen in many ghost stories and myths because of the wrath of gods. Isn't there value in looking into it? Maybe you're making a leap. Who knows? Maybe. Exactly what I'd expect from you. Always so quick on the uptake. Christy is bringing with confidence. She seems in a much better mood than she was 3 days ago. She's a famous reporter after all, so maybe this is what she's really like. So, Mary? I'd like to go to see ℏ𝕗Shrine. You don't mind, do you? It is true many unpleasant rumours surround that forest. If the cause is ℏ𝕗Shrine, there may be some clues there. Searching for a clue. But even if there are, if it's spiritual, then how are normal humans like us supposed to find it? Christy and I don't have spiritual powers. In that case, could you bring me along with you to ℏ𝕗Shrine? Mary's coming on a journey, yay! I should be able to sense the presence of anything spiritual. I can act as a guide as well. You know the shrine? Yes, in truth, it enshrines the guardian deity of the 𝒾𝓀𝓂𝓃 family. Over the generations, the heads have taken care of the shrine. However, that came to an end after the recent war resolved. As one who serves the 𝒾𝓀𝓂𝓃s, I am concerned about its present state. Then bringing you along would mean I have to carry you, don't I? As it is impossible for me to walk, I would agree with that assessment. The way Mary talks just kind of makes me laugh. Like, I don't know, it's just... I don't know if it's just overly polite or it's a little robotic, which kind of makes sense that she's like a doll, but still. I'm sorry to inconvenience you. An overgrown forest in the dead of night? I'm not looking forward to having to carry Mary all the way to the shrine. They need one of those things that you carry toddlers in, like you strap her to her back, her legs a little dangling. You know, one of the like the wraps. You look worn out, and we haven't left. It's a small price to pay if we can get any hints about the spirits. That's true. I think Mary's eager about this too, so I'll just have to deal with it, I suppose. Okay, let's go back to the forest. Yay! We only have Christy to take with us, so it's like no one else we can go. Let's go. Let's go to the forest. Before we leave, we put Mary in the back seat. Thank God she's not as heavy as she looks. I should be able to carry her just fine. By the way, Mr. Yoshiki, have you read the files over there? Over there? She points to the right side of the room and shelves packed with files. Not yet. I've searched most of the mansion, but I haven't checked the garage. Oh, really? Chrissy grabs a file and flips through the pages. Looks like the articles on various crimes. The clippings cover every incident in Hate City and the surrounding area. Was Miss Kujo looking into criminal activity? Any of it looks related to the mark? No, not as far as I can tell. These are all extremely old. The most recent is dated 5 years ago. She puts the file back. Alright, should we head out soon? Probably. That's what you were going to do anyway. I wonder if they think so linearly, can't say that word, about the mark, so thinking that there's just going to be something, yeah, the mark does this. I don't know. Anyway, I park outside the entrance of the forest and gather Mary into my arms. We make our way over the familiar arch. There's still a long way to go. A middle-aged man carrying a doll? You're practically a ghost story yourself if someone sees you here. Oh, that's kind of a creepy look for Mary. I'm very sorry to cause you such trouble. Mary stares up at me as I hold her. Her skin and hair glint bewitchingly when the light from the flashlight catches them. I have not been outside in a long time, and to go hiking in the arms of such a fine gentleman. Oh, I love her! This is a very precious experience. She sounds as dispassionate as ever, but is she actually having fun? Still, it is just as the rumours say. This forest is filled with the curse and resentment of the dead. Simply their presence is enough to drive the living mad. The land is tainted. I can see why it has given birth to monstrous spirits. I bet if you track down the cause of it, it will be the divine wrath. Let's hurry to the shrine. Are they just going to go, or do I have to walk there? Because I can't remember. Oh no, we're here. We reach the old Torii gate with no trouble. All the bees are gone. They just nest till the bees are gone because we did ℵ𝓕𝑚𝑦o. We defeated ℵ𝓕𝑚𝑦o. We stand and watch for a while, but nothing comes out of the beehives. They seem to be sleeping. It is most likely because ℵ𝓕𝑚𝑦o is now gone. Hate Shrine is up those stone steps. At Mary's direction, we walk towards the gate. A small black shadow flits across our feet. Ooh, I wonder who it is. It's a cute little rabbit. It's that rabbit again. So this is the rabbit you told me about, Lord Leishuki? You are correct. It's very cute. I love that. The rabbit stares up at the two of us. Weird rabbit noise. Then disappears towards the shrine. What in the world was that about? What do you think, Mary? I felt a strange presence. It appears to be possessed by some kind of soul. So it's a spirit too? Indeed, though it does not appear strong enough to give marks to humans. We know nothing of its true nature, so please proceed with caution. We follow the rabbit under the torii gate and up the stone steps. Oh, pretty. At the top, we find the wilderness creeping in. There doesn't seem to be anything here but an old altar. Is this hate shrine? Sadly, it has fallen into disrepair. The war was over 50 years ago. I suppose this was to be expected. That black rabbit is gone. Deserted shrines give me the creeps. Let's hurry up and get to searching so we don't have to stay here long. Yeah, just searching for shinies before I do this, because I have a habit of doing these in the wrong order. I assume the shrine will be the last one to look at. Not the shrine, the altar will be the last thing to look at. Have a look at this. Headless Buddha statues are buried in the ground. Creepy. I wonder what happened here. I'm still expecting to see like something creepy in the background. Headless Buddha statues. There's a sacred Shiminowa rope on a ragged boulder. I wonder if that boulder is an ℂ𝕗𝓂𝓂𝓒𝓂. What's that? According to the ancient Shinto tradition, it's a sacred rock that a god descended on. It's not uncommon for the rock itself to become an object of devotion. Why is there rope sounds? Weird. Is that the last thing? Yep. Okay, so the altar. It's a wooden shrine altar. A clouded old mirror serves as the ℭ𝑗. Looks like it's true that no one's taken care of this place for a long time. I peeked inside the altar just in case, but all I find is a thick layer of dust. The ℭ𝑗's outside and the altar's empty. That's concerning. I don't think there's any more we can search. The Buddha statues concern me. Why are all of the ones within the shrine missing their heads? Hit me with some lore, or history even. Shinto and Buddhism were ordered to be separated during the Meiji period. Before then, many shrines were dedicated to both. Hate Shrine was much the same, but in the Meiji period there was a push to make Shinto the main religion. The faiths were forced apart. The extremists stole the Buddha statues from the shrines and desecrated them. Oh, the famous anti-Buddhist movement? So, this is where that happened? No, it was done in a public space as they wanted to make a show of it. The broken statues were carried here to serve as memorial for worship. The 𝒾𝓀𝓬 family head was said to be aggrieved, so he moved them in secret. It seemed that all the broken statues from around H City were buried here. Strange. You said they were worshipped, but this place is pretty much a ruin. You have a keen eye, Lord Yashuki. The shrine was subsequently dug up and the statues were stolen. So they came all the way into this huge forest just to carry off broken statues? Who would do something like that? That I do not know. I merely heard they were stolen 50 years ago, around the time of the war. So the statues were broken, thrown away, and then dug up. They say the Buddha has a wealth of patience, but even he'd get angry. Could that anger have turned to divine wrath and given birth to the mark and the spirits? Mary, have you been able to feel the presence of any spirits or whatever? About that, this land is much more foreboding than I had imagined. enmity of the forest shallows all else. Swallows all else. It is hard to sense beneath it. So, too much background noise, right? Yes, although I do sense the same presence as Lady Christie's mark, however faint. I am sure the spirit that gave her the mark is somewhere in the forest. So after all that, we were only able to reconfirm something we already knew? Forgive me, I was unable to... You don't have to apologise, Mary. We learnt plenty of value here. What do you mean? I'll tell you on the way back. First, let's get the hell out of here. This place gives me the creeps. Maybe it's the ill will Mary sensed. Oh, are we walking back ourselves? Do a little savey save. Guess we're walking back ourselves. We leave ℏ𝕁 walking the beast trail towards the forest entrance. Oh, okay, so I don't have to walk all the way back myself. Maybe it's because of the strange tale, but for some reason I feel like someone is watching us from the darkness of the trees. That's creepy. That gives me the creepy creeps. Ooh. Sometimes I sit here and I know that my door behind me is closed, but oh, sometimes I look and like, oh, someone's going to be standing behind me or something while I'm concentrating. We begin driving back to the mansion. As we break out of the dense forest, I can see building lights pop up here and there. Well, that was a complete waste of time. My anxiety lifted. I don't even bother to filter the words that slip out my mouth. Oh, I don't think that's true. It's all coming together for me. Without further prodding, Christie starts in on her theory, passion evident in her voice. I believe ℏ𝕁 was right. Hate Shrine is definitely what's causing all the strange stuff in the forest. I'm sure it's those stolen statues. Don't you agree? I wonder. It feels like we just don't have enough info at this point to say one way or another. But there's no denying that a lot of strange things are going on in that forest. Between all the suicides and ℏ𝕁 wandering around, it could just be a coincidence, could it? If we research the shrine, maybe we'll learn more about the mark? I feel that's a lot safer than risking our lives looking for the spirit. Don't you think? You might be right. My replies are half-hearted, which isn't what Christie was hoping for, so she falls silent. Why is he not trying anymore? An awkward, uncomfortable silence settles. Has he given up? Lord Yoshiki, please stop the car. Mary speaks for the first time since we entered the car. What is it? I sense a presence similar to Lady Christie's mark close by. Oh, that's creepy. Blank screen scare me. Following Mary's request, I park in a vacant rest stop on the outskirts of H City. Christie and I step out of the car. Gah! My mark hurts, oh no. Oh, that looks painful. My mark is suddenly scalding. Is something nearby? Look, someone's over there. Phone booth. Oh, it's a little girl. A small girl steps out of the telephone box. Where's a kid outside at this time of night? Thank you for bringing me out here this late at night, Ita. I got to talk with ℏ𝕁. Oh yeah, glad to hear it. Oh, hi sir. Oh, I love his t-shirt. Oh gosh, he's a hell of a man. I'm a Shita, but he's got nothing on them. A rather round young man appears, stepping out of the shadows. You got your questions answered, Suzu? Yeah, it's okay now. ℏ𝕁 sure is amazing though. She knows where everything is. You got that right. She helped me find my limited edition Love and Hero phone strap I dropped. Oh, I love him. What's Love and Hero? What? You don't know? They're the popular idol group here. They've been all over TV lately, and surprised you haven't heard. TV is restricted at home. Mum says it rots your brain. Oh, Ita, is the bus coming soon? Oh, the last bus is on its way. We better go. We'll be big trouble if your mum finds out we went out. Yeah. We watched from a distance for a while, but it's hard to determine their relationship. The pain from my scar is suddenly gone. Hey, Christy? What do you think? I turned, but Christy isn't there. Hey, you there? Just how do you know that girl? Hey, you there? Just how do you know that girl? Depending on your answer, I'll report you for child abduction. Yeah, I was thinking it's a little bit creepy, but, you know, it could be an older brother or something. Well, there goes Christy, hounding the poor guy. Just calm down. I tried to placate her, but she won't budge. Placate her? Placate? No. The man stumbles over his words. He looks flustered and overwhelmed. Please say this ends better than I think. Hey, lady! Don't be mean to Ita. The girl rushes to stand defensively in front of him and glares at us. She seems a lot more level-headed than the flustered guy behind her. I asked him to help me, okay? I wanted to talk to ℂ𝕙𝕂𝕔𝓚, so I had him come with me. Who's this ℂ𝕙𝕂𝕔𝓚 you keep mentioning? A ghost who helps find things. People say that you can talk to her from this telephone box. A ghost, huh? She looks at me. We're both thinking the same thing. Earlier the mark was hurting, so maybe. You guys look serious. What's going on? He nervously glances between us. Does this scar look familiar at all? I show them a mark on my right arm. Hey, hold on. What is this? That is exactly like mine. So they're mark bearers. He pulls off one of his gloves and reveals the mark on his hand. It's the cursed scar, yeah? I saw on an article on it on ℂ𝕗𝓚 Monthly. Or ℂ𝕗𝓚? I don't know what that says. They say it causes amnesia, even kills you, but that's nonsense. It's not all true, right? Right? Sounds like he'd heard the rumours but chose to not do anything about it. There's no surprise, really. It's tough to believe it's real until your memory loss starts becoming noticeable. I've got one of those too. It showed up on my left wrist when I made that phone call earlier. Pulling up her sleeve, she shows us the mark. They both have the mark, and after calling ℂ𝕙𝕂𝕔𝓚, that's more than a coincidence. Well, we can't just leave them here. Let's bring them to the mansion. Ah, then they don't have to take the bus, that's nice. We tell them what's going on and ask them to go to Kusha Mansion with us. It surprisingly doesn't take too much to get them to come. I thought it'd take more convincing. Could partially be because they missed the last bus while talking to us. Ah, exactly. Before they climb in, I warn Mary to stay quiet until we're back. Might be a bad idea to freak them out. So what, are they in the back of the car with Mary? Or did you like put Mary in the boot or something? Imagine, that would be so funny. What's this doll doing here? Something like that. First we introduce ourselves. The man's name is Ita Nakamatsu. The girl is Suzu Morimiya. They tell us they met through the readers column in ℂ𝕗𝓚 Monthly? ℂ𝕗𝓚 Monthly? I don't know. Suzu mentioned she was interested in ℂ𝕙𝕂𝕔𝓚 and Ita told her what he knew. Then she pestered him into bringing her to the rumoured telephone box. They were out this late because of her. Her parents sound pretty strict. Her mother keeps a close eye on her after school and she needs permission to go out. So she snuck out of the house after her mother went to bed. ℓ𝕖𝕔𝓬 is just as famous at my school as ℓ𝕖𝕔𝓬 is. ℓ𝕖𝕔𝓬. Hey, Ita? Please tell them about those rumours. Do I have to? Okay, fine. Ita reluctantly tells us at Suzu's request. They're just rumours I read, but... Give me that lore. Chapter 3. ℓ𝕖𝕔𝓬. So many Hannahs. Hey, remember that one story? You know, the one about the public phone box in H City? There's a ghost that looks like a bride, and she'll find what you're looking for. Good to know. One of my friends actually tried it. He went to the specific phone box that lets you talk with ghosts. Ring ring. The phone suddenly started ringing. He slowly picked up the phone. But all he could hear was this weird smacking noise. Ew. Oh, that noise is horrible. He stayed on the line until... Did you see it? He heard a woman whisper. I hate that background noise. It's like the worst. So he did what the rumours said to do and said, no, I haven't seen it. Then she said, what do you want to see? His cat had gone missing, so he asked where it was. When he looked where the woman said it was really there. So the rumours are totally true. I want to go and ask her where my future bride is now. Oh, want to come with me? Ew. So, I assume that we're going to go to the phone box, and if she asks us if we see something, we're going to say no, we don't. I've got that. Ew, but why does she have like a weird chewing noise? Ugh. There. I carry Mary from the car and gently place her back on the sofa. Thank you very much. Being in your arms is not bad, but I am most calm when I'm here. Is she flirting with him? Oh, I just want to be in your arms. I love her. The doll really talked? I can't say I expected that. Then, does that mean all that stuff about the mark is true too? On the way over, we updated Suzu and Ita with just about all they needed to know. They may not have completely believed us, but they're not rejecting it outright either. It seems that Ita in particular has already experienced some memory loss. Think about forgetting the names of anime characters or voice actors. Oh my god, I love him. Such a nerd. Chrissy looked at him strange, but he appears to be taking it quite seriously. And Suzu snuck out of her house because she believed the rumours about ℓ𝕖𝕔𝓬. They both believed in the occult already. I'm pretty sure they'll help us find our way to escape the mark. Granted, they're also really curious about ℓ𝕖𝕔𝓬. Pardon me, but may I speak? The mark on Suzu and Ita. They are likely from ℓ𝕖𝕔𝓬. We've already worked that out, Mary. Come on, catch up. And Lady Christie? The feeling I sense from your mark is the same as theirs. So we can assume ℓ𝕖𝕔𝓬 also gave the mark to you too. Do you recall encountering her? Ooh, interesting. Something weird did happen. Right before I entered the forest, I stepped in the public phone box on T Mountain. The phone rang out of nowhere. Oh, it might be because of that. The telephone box at the rest area is also in the rumours of ℓ𝕖𝕔𝓬. But I didn't pick it up. It creeped me out, so I left. I was never able to give the person one final call because of that. Who are you talking about? Oh, it's before she was going to off herself. It's not for children to know. Fine. So there are other phone boxes like that? I think there are 3 that ℓ𝕂𝕋 will call from. The one we went to in the A highway parking lot is one. And one is at Tea Mountain Rest Area. That's the one Miss Christie went to. And 𝒤𝓂𝓂𝓄, where's the last one? At the park by T apartment complex. It's the only one inside the city. But why just those 3 locations? Dunno, the BBS I read didn't say. BBS? Mister? Do you really think ℓ𝕂𝕋 is the one who gave us the mark? Maybe not, I'm not sure yet. Not sure yet. Probably, but you don't know. We thought that Hanahiko gave us the mark, but he didn't. Really? But the rumours about ℓ𝕂𝕋 go back 5 years, and no one's ever mentioned that if you call her, you'll get a mark. Suzu's right. Rumours about the mark thing only popped up super recently. So you're saying ℓ𝕂𝕋 hasn't always been giving out the mark? If that's true, I wonder what triggered the change. Of course I can't really say, seeing it as I don't know anything about spirits. A ghost helping people find what they're looking for? That's pretty strange. Definitely the definition of ghost story. Hey, Mr. Yoshiki? If those rumours are true, why don't we just try asking where the stolen statues are? If we return them to their place, it might just save our lives. Search for the Buddha statues? If Christie's right, we might be able to escape the mark without fighting a spirit. That sounds good. Mary, what do you think? A good question. Objects with human forms are easily able to gain inexplicable powers. Bleeding stone statues, cursed dolls, there are many examples. Historical statues of gods and Buddhas would certainly be no exception. Asking ℓ𝕂𝕋 about them would be a good idea. So says the doll before our eyes that has the inexplicable power to talk. Oh yeah, slightly weird. Maybe it wouldn't be strange that Buddha statues could bring down divine wrath. Lord Yoshiki, may I add? As I explained previously, your mark is... It is different from the others. Vanquished spirits seem to weaken your mark's power. So I wonder if he's like linked, that he's got to solve everyone's mysteries and he's linked to all of them maybe? That would be interesting. That would be an interesting tale. It's been several days since you told me that I was going to die. Taking care of the spirits we encounter is likely how I'm still among the living. What are you trying to say? I cannot say what the relationship between your mark and ℓ𝕂𝕋 is, but it is true. But it is true it is your best interest to track down spirits. I hope you will guide these mark bearers this evening as well. I can't really picture Christie and Ita facing off against a spirit by themselves. If they failed, then a child would suffer the deadly consequences. That would weigh heavily on me. No turning back. I'll figure something out. Thank you. Mary bows her head slightly. Now you should begin investigating ℓ𝕂𝕋. Why does she only call from these public phones within H-City? A secret may lie in the answer. You visit the parking lot already? Please investigate Tea Mountain and the park by T apartment complex. New info is added to the spirit file. Rumors of ℓ𝕂𝕋. And on that very nice neat note, we've started chapter 3. So I think we'll continue next time. So I'll catch you in the next episode. Thanks for watching. Bye.